What's up, everybody? Long time no see. I missed you. I missed making videos. I am excited to be in a new space. I've had a lot going on, which is why I haven't really been making videos. I've been thinking about it and thinking about what I want to do, and I'm really excited to try and get on to something regular, bringing you guys some regular content. So I hope that you'll bear with me and stay tuned as I'm like figuring out how I can fit everything into my schedule. So I'm going to jump right into what I wanted to do today, which is to offer everybody an opportunity to deepen into a mantra that I posted about on Instagram. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is soaringphoenix333, and I post there pretty frequently. I try to post something every day that has to do with magic or crystals or some sort of healing something, and in my stories I post very silly things. So I would love it if you gave me a follow. But I posted a quick couple of videos on Instagram the other night about blessing your food and using mantra to bless your food. And there are probably people out there who are watching this video who are like, yeah, I already do that. But you may not be doing it in the way that I am going to suggest. And did in the video. So you can check out that video on my sorry, not on YouTube, on Instagram. But what came of that, which is why I was like, I gotta make a freaking video, is that, so I used a Mars mantra because Mars is going retrograde on June 26th of this year, 2018. And so last time Mars was retrograde, it really sucked, at least for me. I was not psyched about it. It was a really hard couple of months. I felt it coming in the storm period. I felt it exiting in the storm period. It was like a fucking shitstorm. And I just ate. I was like, I should maybe try adding that energy into my food, right? Again, I mean, anytime I make food, which is not often because I barely ever cook, but when I do, I use a mantra that I channeled in. It's from the Azanarati, and it's something that I use to bless everything that I do, to clear space, to clear people. It's a truth mantra. But since Mars is going retrograde, you can use planetary mantras to help you sort of even out in the retrograde cycles. And I had done this years ago, and it worked really well. I forgot about it because I just got like super immersed in the work I've been doing with the Azanarati and the different beings from the Galactic Federation. And so it kind of like fell to the wayside. And yeah, so when I brought it up the other day and made a video about it, lo and behold, the next day and today, consistently, I've been feeling this like really incredible surge of sort of a corrective energy. I was feeling like really low vibrational. I was feeling like not getting anything done. I was feeling very lazy. My vitality levels were really low. And I wasn't necessarily dealing with a lot of like conflict, like outer conflict, but just a lot of inner dialogue about like where I'm at and the fact that, oh, I have a break right now because I've been crazy busy. And I was like, you start to get those thoughts in your head, like, oh my God, what if like nothing else shows up? And what am I going to do if like, nobody wants to like hire me to do X or whatever, X, Y, or Z. And so all of that has shifted really well just in the last 48 hours from infusing my food, my rice specifically, with this mantra. And so I thought that it would be really cool to offer up an activation today that included the Mars mantra. And this is something that you can use anytime that Mars is going retrograde. You can use it the entire time that Mars is going retrograde. So if you want to listen to this every couple of days or see how it sits in your system, you might only need to listen to it once. I don't know. But it's a tool. This video will be a tool for you to move with more grace through a difficult celestial transition. Mars retrograde is just not ever really that fun. I mean, really none of the planets going retrograde are that fun, but we feel Mercury, Mars, and Venus most distinctly because they are the planets that move in and out of retrograde most frequently. The outer planets, at least, and I'm not an astrologer, this is just like what I've picked up over the years, but the outer planets, they have longer cycles, which means that they're direct for longer periods of time, and when they go retrograde, they're retrograde for longer periods of time. And there are other planets in retrograde right now. Saturn is retrograde. I think Uranus, no, not Uranus. Pluto and Neptune, I think, might be retrograde again, and this is June of 2018. So if you watch this video at another later point, that may or may not still be true. So definitely check with whatever astrologer you might be watching or listening to be updated on what's going on, and put these things in your calendar. That's what I do, so I can stay abreast of the situation. So today, again, I'm going to play my bowls. I know it doesn't always translate well with the camera that I'm using because it's just my phone. So sorry. I am not good at tech, and I care very little about editing videos, and so this is the best you're going to get from me until somebody wants to volunteer their time to edit videos and make it sound pretty and mic me properly. So, but the energy will not be lost in the translation. And that is the most important thing, is that you're going to get what you need from this video, even though I'm only doing it on my iPhone, and my iPhone is old, and the sound quality is probably not going to be that great. But you guys are awesome for watching and for bearing with me, and yeah, so you are invited to take a moment to find a comfortable seat or recline if that feels better for you to receive. I'm going to apologize for any background noise that you hear. This is my workspace, but it's also where I live. So it's a little bit noisier than my office was, and so you might hear some traffic, you might hear somebody stomping up the stairs, but it will be brief, and I apologize, and thank you for acknowledging that I'm on a budget and I can't go to a sound booth and make these videos in a proper setting. So yes, if you're driving a car or operating heavy machinery, I do not suggest listening to this video right now. If you're doing just about anything else, you could probably get away with it, but in order to receive, I always suggest that you're in a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. So hopefully you're in that quiet space and you will not be interrupted. And as you are settling in, I'm going to take a moment and open up to receive the Aza, and then we'll get started. So, thank you. Taking a moment to mentally re-enter your space. Wherever you are, outside of the door of your space, taking off your shoes, putting down all coats and jackets, everything that you might outerwear that you might be wearing or had worn earlier today, taking that off mentally and allowing yourself to also put down all expectations, all thoughts, habits, patterns, beliefs, fears. Putting down all of the ways in which you are required to show up in the world. And putting down all of the expectations that you have of others and that others have for you. And when you are finished putting down, shrugging off, or just simply releasing all of these aspects, knowing that you can return to them, pick them up at any time, stepping into the quiet space that you are in your mind, settling onto the floor or the couch or the chair that you are in, or possibly your bed if you're in your bedroom. And as much as you are able, allowing yourself to let go. Hello again. So, you can listen to this Mars mantra whenever you like to help balance out the energies of Mars in retrograde, or if you're having a lot of conflict in your life and you are seeking resolution. And if you want to use this mantra yourself, the mantra to speak it and have you repeat it with me a couple of times is Om Angara Kaya Namaha. So you can say it with me. Om Angara Kaya Namaha. Om Angara Kaya Namaha. How I break up those syllables is Om Angara Kaya Namaha, Om Angara Kaya Namaha, Om Angara Kaya Namaha, Om Angara Kaya Namaha. But you might find that you like to break the syllables up a different way, and that's totally fine. As far as I know, you can... any Sanskrit or Tibetan mantra that I've used, even though I may not be pronouncing it right, I always end up with some really incredible results. So, and those are the practices that I was doing when I first started doing mantra practice work. So my 40-day practices originally were using Tibetan and Sanskrit mantra that I found in different books. It helped my body acclimate to all of the really incredible changes that were happening. So in another video, since this is getting a little long, I will talk a little bit about why using your voice can be so powerful and how important it is to break out of the thinking around believing that you can't sing. Because this isn't about singing. When you're working with mantra, when you're chanting, it can be very beautiful. It can be very stylized and melodic, but it can also literally be that straightforward, monotone sort of speaking voice, or maybe a little bit lower than your regular. I find that my mantra voice is a little lower than my regular speaking voice. So I invite you to play with this mantra and use it on a regular basis as we move through Mars retrograde and see how it works for you, especially if you've remembered the last retrogrades that we had with Mars and Venus. And when Venus goes retrograde later this year, I'll definitely come back at you with a Venus mantra that can help with balancing out the retrograde energy of Venus. So you can always look up your own mantras online, or if you have books that have these, the planetary mantras listed, I highly suggest finding one that works for you and trying it out, or trying a couple different ones out and see which one really resonates with you, because some will resonate more than others, and some will resonate at different times better than others. So hopefully this video isn't too long. Thank you so much for watching. It's always an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to share space with you, to know that you're out there, that each of you is out there, and that you specifically are out there, continuing to shine, even on the days when you don't feel shiny. You're here and you're doing the thing, and it's so amazing that we're all in this together. I see you, I hear you, I appreciate that you're here, and I appreciate you watching my videos. Please like this video, please share this video with people you think might benefit from it, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you can stay updated on what I'm doing, and also, I guess now with YouTube, I'm out of the YouTube loop, but I think you have to press that you want to get the updates, so you might have to click a button on my actual channel so that you get updated when I post new stuff. So anyway, going on 30 minutes, so I'm going to let you go. I hope you have a wonderful day, and absolutely reach out if you have any questions, comments, or you just want to say hi. Again, my name is Bianca Pastrana. I have a healing arts practice here in Portland, Maine. I've been in practice for a little under 13 years. And I am an Azanerati incarnate in a physical body from Beyond Beyond, bringing a new modality called Facets, which is an acronym for Fully Adaptive Crystalline Energy Therapy System of Reiki. It's a galactic form of Reiki, and you can find out a little bit more on a regular basis about me and about what I'm doing in my day-to-day by following me on Instagram. All right, I love you. Bye.